So we're doing some Final Fantasy 2 right now. This is something I think I said I want to do in one of my Skyrim videos. Pretty sure I said something like that, so here we are. We'll be doing Final Fantasy 2. Just probably a Final Fantasy game that I know the least about, that I've played the least. And we're going to go ahead and name... I'm going to keep all the names the same, but I'm just going to name the main guy after me. Rai, that's my name. Alright, we got our first battle here. Oh fuck. 1,000? Damn, we just got wrecked to hell. Holy fuck. But I guess that was supposed to happen. And why does that even happen in the first place? That's kind of like, it's kind of mean. But getting healed by the White Wizard, whose name is Minwu. He becomes part of our party later. But like I said, this is probably the Final Fantasy game that I know the least about outside of this and Final Fantasy 5. I've actually never played 5. So yeah, this would probably be the one I know least about, other than 5. And I love the music. I love the music in this game. And when you get out into the Rebel hideout, the music is just really good. But I was saying I don't know that much about this. I originally picked this up for the Game Boy Advance when I was younger, when I was maybe in my early to mid-teens, and like I played through Final Fantasy 1, and then I started playing this game, and like I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought the like leveling system and everything was like pretty fun for a game as old as this. Like I thought it was pretty comprehensive, pretty immersive and everything, and I don't know, like I just like had a lot of fun with it, but it was one of those things that I just never came back to. Like I got up to a certain part, and like when we get to that part in this Let's Play, I'll like point out that, hey, I got up to this part, but like I got up to a certain part and then just like life took over, start doing other things, and just never got around to finishing it. So hopefully this is my time to finish it. So we got our friends back. We're missing our one buddy named Leon. We're gonna go talk to the Queen. So here's something I thought was really cool in this game is like the password system, where you get to choose to learn these words, and then when you're interacting with like certain characters on the field, you can like bring up a word, and it might trigger like a special event, or it might, you know, continue the story. You have that in addition to key items, but I just think this is cool. It was a really cool thing to incorporate, and again, like very revolutionary for a game back in, I don't know, whenever it was made. This is the remake, obviously, but the 80s maybe, late 80s, early 90s, before I was born. So like again, when I first started playing this game, like I was just impressed with all these things. The leveling system, which we'll get to shortly, but I was impressed with all these things, and I don't know why I never finished it. Other games came along where I played a lot of sports in high school, so I don't know, there was a period of time where I just wasn't playing anything other than sports. And I kind of like talked to a couple people just to see what's going on, get a sense of what's happening, because I don't remember anything, because it's been a good bit. And then I'm also loving the music as well. So I do spend a lot of time talking to these guys. They just to get a sense of the game again. Like they teach you stuff, pretty much everything you need to know about like what attribute, what attribute improves what, how you gain attributes in battles, which is totally different from the first game, where you just like level up and you don't really have to worry to focus on anything because your class pretty much decides where you're going to be. But in this game, like how you play in battle affects how your stats turn out. So if you're like using a sword and attacking all the time, you're going to have like real high attack and you're going to become really good with a sword. But if you're using, I don't know, a bow, you'll become very good with a bow. It's kind of like the Elder Scrolls. It's kind of like in Skyrim, how you use a specific skill, and then that skill that you're using improves. If you use magic, obviously, your magic goes up. But then there's black magic and white magic. Like I think black magic is attributed to intelligence, and white magic is attributed to spirit. And either of those go up based on what type of magic you're using. And then if you're getting hit a lot, obviously your defense is going to go up, your vitality is going to go up, which I think increases HP. Not sure. So I'm just gonna look over a couple of my stats right now, see where everyone's at. Before I started playing, like, I looked at a couple things. I looked at, I actually did look at an LP, an older LP on YouTube, just to kind of get a feel for it again. And I forget the guy's name. I would definitely give him credit for it, but I just forget the name. I should probably have written it down, but I didn't know I was gonna use this. But he said, like, you want to equip a little shield to everyone in their like left hand, because I think everyone here in the party so far is right-handed, but you want to equip everyone with a shield in their left hand, and that raises like your evasion, because you know enemies attack you. You put up the shield and it does 0 damage. That's, you know, you're essentially evading the attack. So I do that. I do equip all of my guys with a shield. Problem is that, you know, because you're not using 2 hands on the weapon, your attack power goes down just a bit, but I think it's worth it. You'll see that like a lot of like a good amount of enemies will do 0 damage to you if you work on your evasion or shield, whatever. I know the shield isn't like a skill, but you know, it'll go up. Your evasion will go up, rather. I'm just talking to all these people and like exploring the town. Towns are pretty basic, just like in the last game. You have item shops, weapon shops, armor shops, magic shops, and then you have, I'll point it out when we get to it because I do walk into it. You have like a shrine which you can bring to revive your KO'd party members, fallen party members. I don't know if they're dead. Never got that. Are they dead or are they just KO'd? I think they're just KO'd, but you know, whatever. The shrine's right here. This is like if I had somebody who was fallen, who was out, I would just bring them there. I think I'd have to pay a little money, but otherwise he'd be cool. I buy magic for Maria, black magic for Maria, like fire, and I do eventually buy thunder and blizzard for her too, and I forget what else, but I will be giving her the black magic basically, because I think she starts out with the highest intelligence. And then Furion, the main guy, Furion, I think he has a better spirit attribute. I think he's got the best out of the starting 3. So I do give him like cure. I'm not turning him like completely into a white mage. I'm just giving him like basic magic, because I really do like my lead guys to you know, to be versed in like physical attacks and stuff, and be just generally well-rounded. Like usually if the game gives me an option, like I'll make the main guy like a balanced magical knight or whatever. Like he's proficient in combat, but then like also like knows a little bit of magic and stuff. So that's usually how I, like Final Fantasy VII, for example, Cloud, I would, you know, give him materia based on physical attacks and stuff, but then I'd also give him like a little bit of magic too. It's just how I like to do things. I really like well-rounded characters. But I took away her bow and gave her a javelin because I think it's stronger, and I'm giving her a buckler in her left hand. I don't have enough money yet to afford many items and armor and stuff, but I'm gonna go out and grind for levels and gil and whatnot. And I'll be doing basically all the grinding off camera, because like, you guys don't need to see that. That's like, if it's boring for me to play, it's probably boring for you to watch. So I'm willing to cut out most, if not all, the grinding. Hacking ALTAIR and using all that money I got to fully equip my my guys, my party members, with decking everyone out, trying to deck everyone out with leather stuff. I don't know if I can get everyone though. And then I also want to buy some spells, so I gotta save money. I don't think everyone gets all leather. Yeah, Maria's the only one who just doesn't get leather armor for her body, but everyone else does, and I do eventually pick up some leather for Maria. I just want to be able to afford those spells, you know. Unless I'm gonna wait till later. Oh no, I just pick some up now. So I do pick up Thunder and Blizzard for Maria. So she's decked out right now with all the black magic that's currently available to us. There's also a limited amount of magic you can teach your guys, so you know, it's important to you know, be wary of that. You don't have infinite magic spaces like in, you know, some other games where you could just learn skills all day. You gotta be careful. Resting at it, it's pretty cheap. It revives HP and magic, fully restores everything, and you know, I was just out grinding a bit, so HP and MP are kind of low. Like to take advantage of the cheap hotel rest, whatever. Now I'm heading up to Gatria, I think it's called, which is the next town. Nothing happens there. It's just, you know, the next place. Stop in and see what's going on there. But in the meantime, I'm gonna do a couple battles. So I want to keep these like around the 30-minute mark. You know, like 27, 28, 29 minutes. I think that's a good video size, video length for these episodes. I think that'll give you guys a lot of content. Usually with slower games like this, might be good to make the videos longer just so like more happens in them. I'm just fucking these guys up. Fucking up their day. This is not their day. I missed there? Another thing is poison I don't think lasts outside of battles. There's certain status effects that don't last outside battles, which is awesome in my opinion. I hate nothing worse than being poisoned on the field and just like your health draining with every step you take. Trying to level up Maria's magic right now. See, everybody just gets a good boost in battle. This is Gatria. See what's going on in here. Talk to this little boy. So what we really have to do is make our way towards Finn, but this is just like a little pit stop to pick up items, check out what weapons, armor they have, maybe if they have more magic. I don't think this town has a magic shop though, could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this town's vacant as far as magic, and I don't think there's really any new stuff either. But you know, I could be wrong. I'm wrong like 70% of the time. There's a lot of NPCs I want to talk to. This guy tells me about a pub that I have to go to, and that's story. That's how I move the story forward, is that pub on the outskirts of Finn. This is a revival sanctuary. Nothing out here. Checking out the weapon shop. Yeah, no, he doesn't have anything new. Just all the starting items. It's not much to do in these towns, you know? Not much to do in these towns. This is where I finally get the leather armor for Maria, which I'm happy about. It always makes me feel good to have all my party members fully optimized. The Dreadnought. That's the first time we hear about the Dreadnought, which is a huge airship that the Empire is building. Kind of like the Death Star. There's just a lot of Star Wars there's a lot of Star Wars references, I feel like, in this game. And what I'm trying to do right now is I'm actually trying to look for the pub, because I think it's on the outskirts of here. Like, I don't see that he's saying Finn. He's obviously saying Finn, but I just think he's talking about right here. I'm not really paying attention. So I keep looking for this, looking for ways to get to this pub, but it's just always booting me out, and I'm just like, I'm so confused, like what the fuck's going on? Just want to find this pub. So I get in a couple more battles, get some more level ups. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. I get a couple things at least. Walking around in the marshes now. But we're going to go ahead and grind some more and continue looking for this pub that doesn't seem to be anywhere in sight. And when we come back, we're going to head to Finn, finally find the pub, and move on with story. Move on with some story, which will be awesome.